And the Thames Challenge Cup, we have Upper Thames Rowing Club A up against Thames Rowing Club C.
So Upper Thames Rowing Club on the left of the picture, the local favourites. They will be rowing past their own rowing club when they get just beyond Forley. But Thames C to the right look like they've got a pretty strong start, got away. That looks like a small lead. But let's have a look. The umpire straight onto their flag, trying to get the Thames crew back on their station. It's easy to drift off that station. As I've mentioned before, the headwind comes along the island and can just push you a little bit wide. The umpire's going to want to see some sort of response from Caroline Fuscone in the coxswain seat, but I think she's given that response, brought their Thames crew back towards the station, and it hasn't harmed them too much, looking like about at length, just about getting that bit of clear water now.
Yeah, we can see Thames now, as you say, Greg, just pushing up to a little bit of open water over Upper Thames. The Thames crew were third in the Club 8 at the Met Regatta, so we would expect that they would be the form crew in this matchup against Upper Thames Rowing Club A in the Thames Challenge Cup.
Yeah, certainly the Upper Thames crew, coached by Nick Horn, who spent a lot of years rowing on this section of the water, having learned the sport at Hampton School, where he and I rowed together, winning the Princess Elizabeth way back in 1988. But Nick Horn will be pleased with getting his crew to be competing here. They've got an age spread from 19 years old to 46 in the Upper Thames crew, which was on the left of your picture. But now I think the main centre of the picture is going to be this Thames crew, because we've moved further along the course. Thames Rowing Club C, and they're moving pretty smoothly. The camera is going to come up and we'll get a position on the course that we can see. There they are through the 3/4 mile. And yeah, they've opened up a good lead coming down. They will still come past Upper Thames Rowing Club. Hopefully Upper Thames will still get a cheer from their supporters, but they're going to have to cheer pretty loud if they're going to turn this one around.
Yeah, commanding row here from Thames Rowing Club. Hamish Bowie up in the bow seat, Dylan Wing, Jake Lane, Freddie Stewart, Matthew Sims, Joe Russell, George Nelson, Thomas Simons and Charlotte Fuscone in the in the cox seat rather, driving her crew. Looking pretty comfortable, pretty calm now in this race as they have a commanding lead over Upper Thames Rowing Club A.
Yeah, Charlotte Fuscone in the coxswain seat for this Thames crew. As you say, she'll be keeping them calm. She'll be looking after them. In terms of her rowing highlight, she says maybe this is the rowing highlight so far of her career, depending how far they can get and work their way through this regatta. She's a lawyer. She's going to be talking to her crew and keeping them moving smoothly. They'll be pleased with this position for a Wednesday of Henley, racing in the middle of the afternoon, 3:20 race this one, and they'll be happy with their position on the course. Upper Thames racing on their own water, very good for them to be racing here, but finding themselves facing tough opposition. So there's a calmness about this Thames crew as we're just seeing them. Tom Simmons in the stroke seat, George Nelson behind him. George Nelson also learned to row at Hampton School before going up to Newcastle University. And there's a calmness, there's a good rhythm, which you're able to have when you're in this kind of position, Sarah.
Yeah, absolutely, especially in those tricky conditions. Once you do get the look back on the other crew, everyone calms down. That sort of fast, furious start in the 8 starts to come down and the boat starts to move with some good rhythm. You have the time and space to be able to tap out over the bumpy water and avoid any potential mishaps, which of course can bring a crew unstuck. So still remaining focused, driving this boat down to the line, but able just to take some pressure off, which will help them in the later rounds of this regatta to be able to take the foot off the gas a little bit in the dying stages here.
Yeah, but the Upper Thames crew aren't giving this one up as we have a look at the bowman there. That's Rory Cameron Martin in the bow seat. Real aficionados will spot that he's wearing that Upper Thames lycra over his Abingdon t-shirt where he learned to row, and competing in his first Henley for Upper Thames. But here he is in the bow seat, still moving smoothly, still moving well. He's the youngest in the crew at just 19, sitting in the 3 seat in front of him. Alistair Harsent. He is 46 years old. So certainly that age spread in the crew coming down to the line, and there's a good win there for Thames as we see them crossing the line, and they'll have a moment to relax as we now look to see the crew from Upper Thames here, Sarah, coming down towards the line.
As they're coming down to the line now, it is Upper Thames Rowing Club A. Unable to match it to Thames Rowing Club on this occasion in the Thames Challenge Cup. It's been fantastic to join you this afternoon for this